the dream. All right?
It's a real good way to be. It's a real good way to be.
Freeing.
Yeah. I think I own like 2 pairs of heels that are like catching dust. I barely have shoes.
And this, as we both smile, like no joke. I think like I obviously live in the United States, but I was raised in Australia. I now live in California, and we're very much it's very LA, right? It's LA. It's plastic and all these great things and dusty, but sunshine is here, so I'll accept that. And I think in another life, I was perhaps your next door neighbor. Like I was not wearing shoes. I was always trying to tan, probably naked, and I was sipping out of like raw coconuts, and I was like raising a bunch of children that would run around, butt naked, and it was that in my mind that was my life. So when I think at least how I perhaps ignorantly perceive your life, I'm like, that's what I want. As I sip a fruity cocktail, that's what I want.
Yeah, sometimes I really take a step back and realize, like, wow, a lot of people would like to live like this. I feel like it's become the norm for me because yeah. So like sometimes, like even when I was on the beach today, I took a step back and I was like, wow,
yeah.
A lot of people would freak out to see this view, especially because no one else was on the beach.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No, but truly, I'm here to remind you that you are very blessed. And considering like what's going on in the world, and I suppose in a more serious note, I know so many people that are struggling. And what I have found is those that I'm having conversations with, the one thing that they're finding is the common denominator of like finding some type of balance and peace is nature. And you're surrounded with it. I can only imagine how you're just in like a better bracket of people that are able to deal with whatever's going on, from a much healthier environment. So
yeah, I think like this whole pandemic has definitely kind of allowed me to take in a greater sense of gratitude for the things that I have and that are accessible to me, because you kind of get caught in emotion and always, and you tend to forget about the simple things. So yeah, I even took a moment today to just look at the water, breathe, and just appreciate what I have in my life.
Yes. Okay. You are all sorts of vibes. I'm loving it. Okay. So speaking of gratitude, I normally kick these conversations off. See how I just like waste a bunch of time. We're talking about gratitude. These conversations are presented by Truly. I sit them throughout this conversation.
I actually have one right now, and I spotted the box in the back, and I was like, "Yo, it's kind of weird."
That is hilarious. Yes, they present these, and they allow us to have these conversations type situation, and they're a partner. So I have become a fan because they smell delicious, and there's something really fresh that I guilt-free sip on especially during these conversations. So that's really cool. Yay! I've got the black cherry. What are you sipping on? Yeah. What have you got? It looks like you got a mixed berry.
I have the wild berry.
Oh, okay, all right. So we can all sit together and chat. So speaking,
so like I said, because like I'm on a really, really small island that has like maybe 100 people on it, and our grocery store is like a 20 by 20 room, and they have these fully stocked.
That is kind of crazy. Truly, you are doing things. All right, Truly. So with that said, like I said, gratitude is big. And so what I'm asking everyone that comes on and I have the pleasure of speaking with is, Alex, what are you truly grateful for? And you've already kind of touched
on it. Truly, it's just my life, really. The ability to live where I live and not, especially in this time, not have those stress factors that I know a lot of people are going through, especially here in the Bahamas. A lot of people, don't have the ability to choose what they want to eat for breakfast or watch their calories, and just the simple things that I'm allowed to do, the choice. So I'm grateful for the ability to choose based on what I feel I want to enjoy.
Oh, I love that. It's funny. I've always thought as choice, or being able to choose, the idea is my sense of how I define freedom. Like it's freeing knowing that I have a choice. For those that don't have a choice, I feel I couldn't imagine how suffocating that must feel. So as you're saying that and speaking on what you're grateful for, I love, because I too am really grateful consistently about the little things. But then this idea of choice to me equates to a sense of freedom as well, which I think is really beautiful.